What are we making today?
Pumpkin burgers.
Yes. Today, pumpkin burgers.
Pumpkin?
Oh.
Pumpkin?
Today, pumpkin burgers. Yum.
Okay, so g'day. How you going? I'm Grant.
And I'm Bianca.
And we're living like kings. This is our nomadic kitchen. We have been set a challenge by
Michelle McGill
to do vegetarian, gluten free meal. I thought, well, Michelle, I've got something for you. Because it's something that I really, really love doing, and it's a really satisfying meal, eh? Like it's just
delicious.
It's a bit of comfort food. It's not particularly unhealthy. More importantly, it's tasty as all get out. We're gonna show you how to do that. And what is it?
Yeah, what are we making?
What is it? I don't know. It's our pumpkin burgers.
Yeah.
So pumpkin burgers with beetroot and apple pickle, and we're doing a za'atar spice yogurt with it. So
yum.
I'm looking forward to this one. I always am, because it's tasty as. Yeah.
Whenever we don't make it often, but when we do, we look forward to it for sure.
Put it out of the back pocket. Let's get into it. Just get a bit of video juice.
I know. Yeah, this is hard solo.
Hard. Yeah, and it's dangerous, hey. It's dangerous stuff.
It's
don't drink this stuff lightly, because you'll find yourself 12 drinks in and an absolute mess.
It's just like drinking an actual solo, but hard. 4.5%, I think it is. So yeah, go easy.
Okay. So we're going to start with our pickle. We just had some beetroot. You know that cooked beetroot you can buy from Coles or Woolies in the
fruit and veg
section, where all the berries and the salads and stuff are. These little mid-size beetroots. So they're pretty well ready to rock and roll. And we've got the smallest cherry-sized apples you can ever find. It's comical, eh? Well, that's 2 bites for me. Anyway, so we're gonna cut them up and add it to it. So got a bit of sweet, we got a bit of the beetroot flavour, and the pickle. So it goes all nicely. So what we'll do first is just the pickle. Grab yourself a fry pan, saucepan. So we're just going to go in with, say, about 3 glurps of white vinegar. All right, so white vinegar. Ooh. This is just white sugar. So I went in with 5 teaspoons. I don't have the actual salt. We've just got the salt grinder. 15 minutes later.
That hand action.
It's all on the wrist, mate. About that much. And we just got this pickling spice. It's just got your, well, I'll read it out to you, hang on. There we go. Nope.
You got your glasses on?
But it doesn't.
Show me.
Look. Why do you not ever believe me?
It says ingredients, selected spices.
Thank you. Thank you. Bianca just brought it to my attention that this particular one says it may contain traces of gluten. So if you're celiac, don't use it. But I can tell you, just by looking at it, it's simply got peppercorns, mustard seeds, fennel seeds, caraway seeds, juniper berries. Yeah, that's about it really, from what I can see. You just want some aromatics. You don't have to have them. I'm probably going to strain it anyway, so just a little bit. Alright, so just give that a bit of a twirl. Mix it all in. Alright, so it goes a bit pinky because of the pink salt.
Oh yeah.
So we're just gonna mix that around, bring that up to temperature. You don't need to boil it. You just need to sort of steam it, make sure everything's dissolved and infused, and then you let it stand for, I don't know, 5 minutes, 10 minutes before you actually, and just bring it down so it doesn't actually cook the veg. I don't want it to go fully just limp and all soft. I want it to be just like pickle, just a bit crunchy, but not super crunchy or super cooked. If that makes sense.
And what's in the other pan?
Oil. Just got some oil preheating for the patties to cook. So let's get onto that. I find if you do the beetroot last, it'll be less messy. So again, with a nice sharp knife, if you've got one, you should have one, because cooking with a blunt knife or cutting food with a blunt knife just ain't cricket. Sort of about that. Roughly what you want. So we'll do that with the 2 apples and roughly the same sort of shape, or whatever you can manage with the beetroot, because it's a bit soft. Leave these little bits for our mascot.
This one?
Yeah.
It's not a cooking segment without a dog, is it?
Particularly that particular dog at my feet. Every time. All right, so this is where it gets a little bit messy. So there's a bunch of different ways you could do this pickle. You don't necessarily need beetroot. Pickled apple will work just as nice. So ideally, I mean, you can use tin beetroot if you want. That's pretty well already pickled anyway. This stuff is literally just peeled and cooked. You don't necessarily need beetroot for this pickle. You could use radish if you wanted to. Apple and radish work. You can even use endives or like whatever you've got, really. I just like the look of the beetroot.
And I do enjoy beetroot. I don't eat it all the time, but it is one of my favourites.
It is one of your favourites?
Yeah, I like beetroot. It's pretty good.
All right, so that's ready to rock and roll. I'm just going to, actually, we'll just give it all a bit of a wash.
Convenient.
How convenient. Just got to watch the stone stomper. All right. All right. Okay, so now that you've got your pickle to that stage, I'll chuck a bit of pepper in just to sort of even out the salt, vinegar and sweet from the brine. So we'll leave him just over there for the time being. Okay, so the pickle, I'll set aside for the time being. Once that pickle brine comes to, well, a bit of a simmer and it's all incorporated, you let it stand just to let it infuse, cool down, and then once it's sort of lukewarm is when I like to add to it. If you add it to it hot, it's going to cook the veg and you don't really want that. You want a bit of crispness. I just like that extra freshness. So don't add it too soon, don't add it hot, don't cook the veg. Now we've got the butternut pumpkin. It's basically purpose made for this recipe because that, well, there your patties right there. Down this end, that's where the seeds are. So we'll just, hey. Ideally, I'd like to just use a peeler for this, but I don't have one and that's all right. Just gently shave the skin off. Now it's up to you how thick you want the patties. These pumpkins don't take that long to cook, if I'm honest, but obviously the thicker you cut them, the longer it's going to take. So, and also the thicker you cut them, the harder it is to eat as a burger. So just for that purpose, I'll go whatever that is, 1.5 centimeters. That's about what we're looking at. Now I don't always do this, but I feel like I might this time, just so that it's a little bit easier to eat. I'm just going to shred a little bit of spinach. It'll sit on the burger better. Alrighty, so that's just the baby spinach, just shred it up. It'll just sit on the burger a bit nicer. Okay, so now all we need to do is start crumbing the burger patties. Alright, I've just taken the pickle brine off and I'm just going to set it up here, let it cool down. Alrighty, let's do a little bit of egg wash. 1 egg. Bit of pepper. Bit of salt. And just a bit of milk. I just thought of it then. I'm just going to put a little bit of yogurt in there as well. A little bit of extra fat. Let's move it around and just try and break up all the yogurt. About that. Okay. A little bit of plain flour. That's gluten-free plain flour. Just our little container. Okay, so this is just the premium crispy breadcrumbs. They're gluten-free. We got them from Coles or something, didn't we?
Yep.
So usually when I crumb schnitzels or even sometimes these burger patties, I tend to put herbs in, like just dry herbs, dry mixed herbs, which, yeah, that'd be nice, but I'm actually not going to do that today. We try to aim for a double crumb, but we'll just see if that's going to happen today, because it doesn't always work with the breadcrumbs. Sometimes they're a bit too dry, sometimes they're just, I don't know, like hydrophobic, that they just stay like that and they don't soak up any moisture. Alright, a bit of flour. Make sure you get all the sides. As well dusted as you can. The dusted it's going to be, the better the breadcrumbs are going to stick. Okay, I'm going to go the second crumb, I think.
When in Rome.
When in Rome. Okay. Gets a little bit messy. Try and give it a good dusting and a dunking.
So notice how Grant's very good at like using one hand for the dry and one hand for the wet.
I'm not very good at that. I had to think about it. I had to think about it real hard.
I never do that and end up with like, you know, like a glove of crumbs on my fingers.
You don't know how hard I was concentrating.
You did a good job.
Thank you. All right, so that's just got to be a little bit careful with them. All right.
I will say as well, these are probably the easiest like pumpkin burgers.
Oh yeah.
We did a lot of trial and error to land up with to land on this recipe. Cooking the pumpkin, adding flour, making it into patties, cooking in the oven. Like, so many different ways we tried and they all failed.
What about the ones that we tried where we actually made like a mashed pumpkin mix and we tried to emulsify it and then crumb it and then fry it and then try to eat it on a burger. And it just didn't work.
Did not work at all.
Massive fail. Alright, so we're just doing the 3 tonight. So they are actually pretty filling. You do need to sort of smush the breadcrumbs into the other layer. Ooh. Kind of looks like a gay time. Alrighty. So that's that done. It's the beauty about cooking outside. Alright. Back to our pickle. Our pickle has sat and chilled for a bit. Chilled, just, relaxed. So I'm just going to take the seeds and stuff out, just because you don't want to be biting into seeds with it. So I know I wanted crunchy and crisp, but I don't want crunchy seeds and stuff in the pickle. Now I'll give them a little bit of a mix. You can also do this the night before. Just let it, sit and mature in the fridge overnight. It'd be just as nice, if not nicer. Give that a bit of a try. Not bad. Probably could have added a little bit more sweetness, a little bit more sugar, but for me, I don't mind that because the apple's sweet. The beetroot's got a bit of sweetness to it too. So it kind of counteracts the salt and the vinegar. Yeah, works. Yeah. Next step. These are what I have to have. So these are the gluten-free burger buns. They're not bad, like you just get them from Coles and Woolies. These are from Woolies. Bit of butter. Just going to cut them in half carefully. So, ooh, that's soft.
It's a bit warm.
It's a little bit on the warm side today. It's that time of year though, isn't it?
You might have to hydrate yourself.
Oh, I forgot my video juice. I was going to say video lube.
It's not right.
It's not right. It doesn't sound good. Break time.
Really?
Pardon.
Spilt it everywhere.
Pardon. Wash my hands. A hard solo on my bed. Just before so we're pretty much ready at this point to go over to the grill and start cooking the burgers. But before we do that, I just wanted to do the dressing. It's just a bit of yogurt, natural yogurt. Just make as much as what you need really, so I'm just sort of gonna guess. Yeah, that'll do. Bit of yogurt. Okay, so this is za'atar. It's sesame seed, oregano and sumac, Middle Eastern spice. We love it. We use it on most things. If you've followed us for a while, we make a yogurt bread. So it's literally just yogurt and flour, a bit of olive oil, salt, pepper, and then we just knead it until a flat bread and then cook it. We make pizzas out of it. We use them as pita, we use them as naan, and it's just really, really bloody yummy. Give us a bit of a mix. It's sort of, all the oregano sinks to the bottom.
From the corrugations.
About a tablespoon and a bit. A little bit of lemon juice. It's got sumac in it, so you don't need a lot of lemon juice. For those that haven't had sumac, it has a pretty prominent citrus taste, so you don't really need too much more citrus. Bit of salt, bit of pepper. And just give it a bit of a mix. Alright, so once that's done, I've got a little bit more za'atar actually. I'm going to call that 2 tablespoons.
I'll type up the recipe and put it in the description as well.
Yeah.
If you're looking for it.
It's really hard to do recipes because I've never really done them. I just sort of think of what I want to eat and I just work it out. That's... And I was a chef. Yeah, anyway. So, a bit more pepper. Alright, so that's ready to rock and roll. Let that sit and we'll go and cook these bad boys. Not the best heat, but it seems to be working. This isn't putting out the best heat at the moment, but you do want it fairly gentle because you want to crispen the big, already dry breadcrumbs without burning them while the pumpkin patty gets cooked. A restaurant's quality cross-hatching.
Ah, nice. While we're waiting for this to cook, I just wanted to touch base on these coolers that we've got.
Yeah.
So we had Ben, who is a South Australian farmer, reach out to us, and he's created these coolers. They're called the Wizard Cooler.
The Wizard Cooler.
So I'll leave a link to his website. You can have a look. But his story is that he was 15 cans deep in, and he had an idea to, like, you know, duct tape all of his cans together and make a wizard star.
You shall not pass!
He thought, well, what about if I could have all of my I could have a wizard staff, but all my cans were still full and they got to keep cold. So these have a little trick to them, which I'll show you. So they have a little screw top that comes off, and the bottom
base that comes out.
Comes off, and then you can screw them together. So now I have 2. But wait, there's more.
Obviously, the more you have, the more you can stack.
So he sent us 3. So, and there's also this little handle that you can screw on. So I'll just get my assistant. So little handle, so I can screw that handle off.
Oh, you got my spare there. That's good.
Yep. And then, I'm going to take the bottom off.
A bad assistant. There you go.
And now I have 3. And then he's even come up with an extra attachment. Now, we still have drink in here, so I'm not going to get too, like, frivolous with this. So there's another attachment that goes on. That comes with a bottom that has a hook on it. So I can just hook this down the bottom. Go on there.
Now I reckon this is going to be awesome for, you know, those situations when you pull up camp and old mate down the way goes, or you come over for a bevy. So you got to go down there. Sometimes it's next door. Hey. What a catch. Sometimes it's, you know, half a k down the road. You got to carry your chair and stuff. Well, you've only got so many hands.
Yep.
You could stack that up as much as you want, or as much as the lanyard will allow. What, 2 or 3?
Yeah.
Maybe, yeah. So you might be able to carry 6 out of that. That's a 6-pack.
Chuck it on
Sling
your
it
shoulder.
over your shoulder. Off you go.
Yeah. So, and they stay cold. And then once you're done with one, you can just swap them over. To unscrew that one and, you know, take the bottom off and screw that back to the bottom.
So I just think it's a pretty nifty little idea, and so far it's worked pretty well. The fact that Ben's an Aussie farmer, he's just, you know, trying to earn a bit more extra cash. Thank you.
Put your bottom on.
And we're all for that. So good on you, Ben. Like, you know, ripper idea. It's amazing the ideas you get when you're on the terps.
I know. You just come up with some amazing things. So good old Wizard Cooler.
Right. Cheers to the Wizard Cooler.
Oh, let me put my top back on.
All right. As you can see, the patties are still just slowly, gently bubbling away, and that's nice and crispy. I can tell that patty's cooking away nicely. Now that we've got all the buns done, we'll just let that simmer away. Probably not that far off. And then we just let them sit for a second on a paper towel, let them sort of chill out for a spell, and then we'll put the burgers together. I've had these in for about 15 minutes on a really low heat. Now, when I close the lid on the pan like so, it just turns the heat up a smidge. But I do and don't want that. So as you can see, it's got a beautiful golden color. I'll turn them a couple of times. The first time you turn them, the actual patty, it doesn't feel very soft. But after you turn it a couple of times and on a low heat, low and slow, then it feels soft. I could just feel it there. It's given. And if you just shove your tongs in there, it's going straight in. I'm not really pushing. So they're pretty well ready to rock and or roll. Kind of looks like a giant croquette.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can start to see through there how the crumb's starting to pull away. Sorry, the pumpkin's starting to pull away from the crumb. That's why you double crumb. Because when you cook the pumpkin, it's got water in it. So you cook it and the water escapes in the way of vapor. So it all will steam. And if you double crumb it, it'll hold its shape and hold this nice, it's quite a good crunchy shell. Oh yeah, no, I really can't wait to give that a crack. Yeah, right. Okay. Alright, so we'll go a little bit of yogurt on the bottom. You don't want too much of the pickle juice. It'll make things soggy. Bit of spinach. Going for a chomp.
Bit of a taste test time.
All right, bit of CPR. All right. Now, full disclaimer, there's no, elegant way of eating these, especially if you've got a beard. All right, ready?
Yeah. All right. Oh, it's gonna go
Ready?
everywhere.
Go.
Oh, I can't get it all in.
The pumpkin's still hot.
Yeah.
It burnt me.
Yum. I only got the pumpkin. I didn't get the top. Can't fit it all in at once. That's what she said. Za'atar yogurt.
Za'atar yogurt makes it, eh?
Yum. So good.
I just love the crunchy.
Ooh.
I'm putting like Za'atar yogurt all over my face.
It's a little bit
It goes
messy.
everywhere.
A little bit messy, but delicious.
So yeah, that is well worth it. So Michelle, give that a crack. Hopefully you like pumpkin.
Yeah.
But it's a pretty easy thing to do around the camp, and it doesn't look that big, but I'm telling you, it's filling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is gluten-free, obviously, because we have the gluten-free bun and the crumbs. It's vegetarian, but if you wanted to make it vegan, just use maybe coconut yogurt. Also, to make it vegan, just swap out the egg wash. So the egg wash had milk and yogurt and egg in it.
Yeah. You can probably just use a bit of soy milk and a bit of soybean curd. Blitz it up, bit of salt, pepper.
Yeah.
It should be that should work.
And I think you can buy a vegan egg. But anyway, if you're vegan, you will know what to do with that.
We're not vegan, so we don't know.
But yeah, we do eat vegetarian reasonably often. So we do know how to do vegetarian.
Yeah, we know how to do some. But we enjoy this one, so that's hopefully you guys enjoy it too.
Yeah, definitely. If you have enjoyed it,
give us a thumbs up and let us know in the comments below.
Subscribe. If you tried out the recipe, let us know and tell us what you think of it. Hopefully you've enjoyed it.
Yeah, because we do.
And if you have any other challenges, definitely drop them in the comments below. And hopefully we can make something for you as well.
Yeah, we'll see you in the next one, guys. Thanks for watching.
Thank you.
See ya.
See ya.